Hello everyone. Today's topic is dots are better than irons and large dots are better than small dots, featuring this SIG P365 milled for a Holosun 407K, that's a 6 MOA dot, and this Smith & Wesson M&P with a Holosun 507C in dot-only mode for this video, that's a 2 MOA dot. So what does a dot do for you? Well, let's look at some images on an IPSC target at 10 yards. The most important thing is a dot allows you to be target focused. It's an easier sight picture versus focusing on your front sight, because when you focus on your front sight, that means your target is going to be blurry. Also, using iron sights means that your gun itself will block your view beneath the sights. For example, if you're aiming center of mass, you can't see your target's waistline or maybe their hands. Also, because the dot glows, it's a much better night sight. If you've ever used tritium night sights, they're not really that great. We've just used them before because we didn't have anything else. As for drawbacks, if you're new, you might find yourself fishing for the dot, losing it in the window. I did. But after practicing, I don't have any problem finding the dot at all. It's just a training issue. It is something you have to learn. Don't get frustrated and quit. Remember, you probably have years or decades of experience using iron sights. It will take some practice with a dot to get up to that same proficiency level, but if you put in the effort, I think you'll find it's worth it. Actually, I think it takes less time to learn to use a red dot than it does to learn iron sights. For new shooters, it's much easier to use a red dot. My son, for example, the first time I took him out shooting, I gave him a rifle with a red dot, and with very little instruction, he was hitting targets very well. Now let's talk about dot size. At 15 yards, a 6 MOA dot obscures just 0.9 inches. An IDPA chest zone is 8 inches across for reference, and really, if you can hit an 8-inch circle, that's good enough for most purposes, especially with a pistol. Now, most guys who prefer a smaller dot think they're going to get some kind of better accuracy out of that. But let's try to visualize. Here's a C-cell battery, and here's a AA. These aren't exact, but they're close to a 6 MOA and a 2 MOA dot at around 15 to 20 yards. Now, are you really a good enough shot that you can shoot a better group than this C-cell battery from a pistol, standing, unsupported, under stress in a defensive situation, or even at a bench with a rest for that matter? I'm not, and I would rather have the faster acquisition. It's really worth it because you're not going to get better accuracy anyway. Especially when you have some motion going on, it's much easier to pick up a larger dot. Also consider that your typical front iron sight is like 12 MOA wide, and nobody complains about that. Actually, if anybody's complaining about their iron sights, they're probably complaining that they're too small. So, larger really is better. Anyway, what do you think? Let me know, and thanks for watching.